What is going on? Thank you for joining us for another MLS Guys player review. Today we have Jordan Morris of the Seattle Sounders. He got a left mid inform for the hat trick that he scored to send Seattle through their playoff game. He's got an interesting looking card, and the question we'll be facing today is Jordan Morris better than Inform Matriza? Now, let's start with the simple strengths that he has. It's going to be his physicality and his pace, and maybe even his finishing. His finishing is listed as a 79, which is solid, and it does feel that in game. I think that's accurate. He puts a few in for me. He got me 7 goals and 3 assists in the 10 games that I used him, and all those goals were finishes that I think the goalie could have saved, but Jordan Morris put it in a spot where it wasn't possible for them to. So whatever the reason the ball went in the back of the net, his finishing is solid, and he'll get the job done for you at that position. The assists that I got, he just kind of popped up for a little 1-2 and made himself available to be played off of. So I thought that was pretty valuable of him. His passing is pretty garbage overall. You just can't do a lot with it. It truly is in the 60s. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Trying to send long through balls was pitiful. It really did feel like I was using a silver player. Now, as a whole, I will sum him up by saying that he is like a very good silver player because he's just so untrustworthy on the ball. His dribbling is very poor. His ball control is awful. His first touch, it just can't bring it in without getting it taken away almost immediately unless he's wide open. His pace, I would rank as more of an 85. I don't think pushing 90 or 89 is anything like what it feels like in game. He definitely feels a bit slower. He's just very clunky as a player with that awful dribbling. He's just not very nimble. And anytime he has the ball and he tries to turn and get away from a defender, create space, he just does it so slowly and often ends up losing the ball. Now, his strength, I think, felt a lot better than it's listed at in-game. It says that it's an 82, but for me, he felt a lot stronger than that. Almost every single time I tried to hold off a defender, he did it perfectly, and they just couldn't get to the ball. So I sent a few through balls to him in which a defender caught up to him, but he just held them off and was able to either score or at least get a shot in. So that was very nice to see. And if you're interested in switching him to a striker in game, that is definitely a positive thing for you to know about. Now, is he better than Alexandre Matriza? I'm going to say unequivocally no. He is not as good. He, I think, only has strength on Matriza. That's all he's got. Maybe finishing. But the only reason that you're going to be using Morris instead of Matriza is 1, to shake it up, 2, if you're a Seattle fan, or 3, if you're like, New York is red, but then that sucks because you can be watching New York City in the playoffs tonight. Anyway, Jordan Morris is not better than Alexandre Matriza's inform. He, I guess, is better than Piatti, who's pretty unusable in this game. But he goes for discard price, so if you want to get him, you'll get him. And if you need a quality player, you won't. So have fun using him or not. Enjoy.
Finishing touch.